Looks like I got a bit itchy feet again. Been at home for a few weeks now, getting things sorted out, and like. But what I wanted to say is, I consider my home not really as a home like my home is my castle or something like that. It's more like a base camp to me, yeah, where I got everything I need for, and like a retreat, not like something I would consider, well, it's a permanent home, yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It's just, compared to being on outside on a trip or somewhere around, seeing other stuff is sort of the adventure, yeah. And at home is sort of the base camp, storing my kit for different needs, and it's more the practical thing. So yeah, had a bit of rest and went through my pack, organized a bit, and got a bit around the stuff. So there are a few bits I wanted to show you in this video. So yeah, the Finnish maps. Yeah, I had the Tyvek maps. That's actually the maps including their wrapping. Yeah, I wouldn't take the wrapping. But the what are they called? These Tyvek maps from Kalazzo. It's a Finnish company. Yeah, they doing all the Scandinavian Tyvek maps. They're very lightweight and very handy for all the hiking areas. And well, yeah, this is the Finnish maps. Yeah. All around Finland for different areas where you can do nice hiking, and they're really up to date. Another one, but they are only for a small region, yeah. But for a wider one, for the whole country, are using this. They're waterproof as well, and they got the GPS coordinates registered with it. So I use this on my last trip to get a wider overview. And for the individual, yeah, that's the one I went, yeah, the Lynx Trail area. And so what it was, actually, carry on with this stuff, I went through my maps, yeah, I got quite a collection on maps, and I went and found some of my older maps, and they're actually Sweden. I told you I want to go back to Sweden again. So this is the Swedish equivalent to the Finnish one, yeah. So Finland basically is up here, yeah, and Sweden down there. So they're actually continuing the whole lot, yeah. So I got the Göteborg maps here, and I've been there already with my mate Andy, yeah, and I thought, well, continue on that trail, which we didn't finish, and so I have another spook around, obviously taking my compass. If you wonder, I'm not carrying a GPS or any electronic navigation device. I used to have the Garmin devices for years and years on a motorcycle and in a Land Rover truck, and they're really nice. But what are you gonna do if you run out of battery? Yeah, I mean, it happened to the mobile, to the camera, obviously, yeah, and but the compass never run out of power. So this is one to go, yeah. Talking about batteries, yeah, I was looking into my camera stuff, and there are a few bits. I bought a few more batteries, yeah, to extend the lifetime of my ability to take videos. I had the power bank, yeah, which actually charging 3 batteries after another, so basically extending the whole lot, yeah. You may asking, why don't you take a solar panel? Yes, I got a solar panel, and it's a very flexible one. It's actually there in the background. Can you see this dark square? Yeah, it's a nylon reinforced sheet and very flexible. You can fold that up very easily, and but it's heavy, yeah. And most of the time you're just carrying the weight. It's no problem if you're on a motorcycle. I used to take this on a 3-month trip to Turkey and the Balkan and up to Georgia on a 16,000 kilometer trip, and never used it once. So there was plenty sun around. The reason why I didn't use that, because the battery charger packed up, yeah. So the whole lot was just massive weight to carry. It wasn't the problem on a motorcycle, but in a rucksack, yeah, you're counting for every gram. So I rather taking a little battery, which I can just swap over, and if I got the chance, charging it up. So what I did with the charger option, you say, well, I got, see this power bank. I bought a power bank. Yeah, there's a power bank, very similar to that one, not as big, but it allows me to charge 2 batteries on the go by just popping them in there. So I got put another one in there, close it down, and I got my battery pack charging 2 batteries at once. Yeah, so it's immediately coming up. So I got 2 batteries in there to charge. This up here is the power bank. There's a bit of slot for some memory cards, but they're too small, I'm not using that. So this is the one charging on a USB port, so I can actually, once I find a wall socket somewhere, yeah, I can actually continue instead of charging that one, and then with another charger, 1 battery after another. Yeah, got this little power thing here for on a train or in a bus. They got sockets, USB cable, so I can charge that and have the power bank plus 2 batteries in one go to charge. So I'm gonna try that one out. Still I'm gonna carry that one. Yeah, that's about the batteries. Talking about cable, yeah, that's a bit a thing. Short cable or long cable, and then you got USB-C and the micro USB. Yeah, it's a bit I don't know. I go for the longer cable because they allow me for more reach. Yeah, so this one goes out of the pack. Yeah, I got a little short cable that actually links the mobile to the camera, so I can actually load pictures to the camera, to the mobile, from the camera to the mobile for emailing or whatever. It's only 1 cable to carry. It's a short one, yeah, 50 centimeter, and it's a short one. So I carry that one. Another thing, oh, that's the power stuff. Another thing about, oh yeah, there's another power cable, which is a dummy battery. Yeah, I could plug this one straight into the power bank, but I'm probably not taking that. It's not worth it. So I rather swap the batteries. I got plenty now, yeah. And so they go out. Another thing, remote control. Yeah, I carried the remote control for the camera. The cable is a bit short. Well, it could be like at least a meter more, maybe 2 meters. Yeah, it would be nice. I haven't got the Bluetooth connection, doesn't work with my camera. So, but I thought, well, I dropped that as well, because I could rather just start the camera and then cut it out later. So, yeah, it would reduce some battery time. I can switch the camera on and off with that one, yeah. But well, so this stays at home. Next time. That's about the electronic. Yeah, little tripod, yeah, with a ball head on it, quick release attachment on top, so the camera just pop it in and that's it. Still using that one. It's small and easy. Now, what I thrown out. Yes, I did throw some stuff out. Had some Dyneema rope, yeah, it's about 6 or 7 meter rope. I never use that, yeah, and it's a bit bulky, so it's actually, I looked at my stuff, and I told you, I don't know what to throw out. There's not really a lot to throw out, but a few bits that reducing the amount of items in the pack, yeah, and at the same time reducing some, well, this doesn't really weigh a lot, but it's bulk, yeah. So, and I got a replacement for that one, which I'm making up, yeah. I'm not showing you the whole process, but I tell you, I replace that with, because I had the washing line, yeah, it was the washing line I used on that campsite, and it was a bit short, and I thought, well, I should have dropped it in the first place. Yeah, so this stays at home. Next time, the longer rope is bulk, which stays at home and get replaced by a different one. I had this carabiner, this soft carabiner, yeah, which I got 2 on the whoopee sling for the hammock, and they basically were spare. So I never use them, the spare ones, so they stay at home next time. Another thing I consider leaving at home, yeah, that's the last remaining hook I got for the trangia, where the alcohol stove, yeah, to keep it up. So I got one still a spare, but reducing on items, this one stays at home. So I'd rather drop the alcohol stove right into the hobo in the bottom, and it works as well. The same, so I don't need really this fire. Another thing what I had in my pack, doesn't weigh a lot, and the idea was, yeah, having a gathering net, yeah. If you run around and find some stuff, I never use that. Yeah, I could use that for catching fish or stuff, you know, but I never use that. That stays at home. So that's what it is. Another thing which I didn't use, I tried to use it once, but in the woods there's not much sunshine around because there's lots of leaves. My sundial, yeah? The sundial, I leave that at home. I don't really need to know the time, and when I need to know the time, it's probably not enough sun, and my eyesight getting a bit bad. I can't see the little numbers on there. So this stays at home. It's a nice item, but it stays at home. Right, next thing, because I threw quite a few bits around, out, and rearranged some packing. I got 2 more bags, the smaller ones, yes, for small items. They're now empty, so they're staying at home. Yes, that's one of the thingies. Now, about the binocular. Yeah, I got this really nice binocular, and it's a lump. I'm really struggling to keep that at home because it's so nice to use and it's so clear, and I have to have another thought about it. If I got enough space in the pack, I'm still going to use that. But alternatively, yes, I did show you in one of the other videos, I got this little folding thingy. Yeah, it's a monocular, and it does the same job for finding, you know, like things in the distance, like a road sign or shelter or whatever. Yeah, so as an optic, that would be the alternative to carry instead of the binocular. This is really nice for watching wildlife and nature, and this would be only used for navigation basically. Yeah. So I really have to choose which one. I'm not sure yet. So this is a bit that stays up to the last moment. Now, yes, before I come up to the DIY washing line, yeah, replacement for the rope. I thought I need a chunky rope, but I don't really. Yeah, it's handy having a washing line, and what I'm gonna do is I'll show you this in parts. There are two of the very thin 1.5 millimeter Dyneema cord. What I actually do, I run them in parallel and join them together, yeah, splice them together, leave a longer gap, splice them together, a longer gap. So this allows me to squeeze stuff in between on a washing line, and using as a washing line, and when there's tension on it, things getting caught up. Just as a little quick, see, got something like that. So that's good for socks, and still having a more solid double rope. Yeah, so this is one I'm making up. That is my replacement for the chunky rope. Yeah, so I got the washing line and an emergency rope. It's very, well, it's tough. Yeah, it's the same, it's a Dyneema, and it's actually reducing bulk. That's the idea. Yeah, so I'm making it up. I do try to carry this felt. I did show you that. That's my new purchase here, 60 centimeter by 80 centimeter as a padding, as a sleeping mat. The main idea is basically to have a bit more padding on hard ground, yeah, like in the shelters, but as well as having an insulation in a hammock. Yeah, so I could lay that, and that's why it's so handy having a shorter piece of felt. It's basically the same size like you would find with the normal sleeping pads, yeah, the plastic ones. But the difference is I got one of this, you know, with the aluminium reflecting stuff, yeah, very cheap and very lightweight. But, and that's the difference. This doesn't build up condensation. The nylon stuff, or the plastic one, especially the coated one with an aluminium silvery thing on, they collect water and you get cold. Yeah, when you get wet, you get cold. So that doesn't happen with this one. And I was thinking, well, I could have half the width. Yeah, this is half an inch, and I could have half the thickness, like 6 centimeter, 6 millimeter. Yeah, like this shoe inlay, the boot inlays. Yeah, for the soles. But then there isn't enough padding on a hard ground anymore. So I give this a try, and I may do a special one on this one. Right, we are almost at the end. Don't worry. One I found. It's well, the Tinder. Tinder is a new thing I got. This is a hemp. It's actually soaked in wax or paraffin, some sort of, yeah, and it's supposed to be easily shaved off and use it for sparks, you know, with a magnesium rod to lighten the fire. So this would be, I probably only carry one of this, maybe only one or two strands of it, takes us apart. Yeah, I mean they come in four bunches. Yeah, so they will last quite a while. But for a trip, I probably would only take two of these strands and give it a go, because most of the time that probably I wouldn't need to carry the whole bunch. Yeah, so just reducing it, and so this is a new thing, as well as the seat pad, and what's that? Yeah, adventure begins, where, well, the planning ends. I don't know. Well, it's just what's in there. Anyway, this is just a quick update. As I say, I got Sweden on my mind. Yeah, continuing where I left with my mate 4 years ago. Yes, I've been there 4 years ago with my mate Andy, and there was a nice spot, and it's quite a nice entry for. Yeah, there are a few stories on that in that area, and it gives me an entry into some new story stuff. And yeah, it was a long video, but hope you enjoyed. No cutting this time, it's just in one go. Yeah, got my pack. As you can see, I didn't throw out a lot, changed a few bits, and see what I'm coming along with it. Yeah, and got a bit DIY project. I'm going to show you, probably cut that at the end of this video, how the finished rope I make up. Yeah, the washing line and rope, and yeah, right. I've did a bit pre-work on this one, because it's quite tricky to see. It's very tiny. Anyway, I did run these two lines. They're both 6 meters long. Yeah, these two cords, and I run them in parallel. So I started actually up here. It's about 15 inch off the end. Yeah, and went through like typical whoopee sling. Yeah, locked it off. Run one inside of the other one, so it actually doubles up, yeah, in this area, and then came out and locked it up again. So this is about 2 inch, yeah. And before I go on for the next join, yeah, to have this open end, I am planning having that about 8 inch. Yeah, so just an 8 inch gap, which is alright for sleeves of a jumper, or to just to lock anything off, or whatever, socks. And on the other end, I'm making a double loop. You may wonder why I didn't just turn it around, and well, I wanted the loop doubled. Yeah, so I used two ends, locked them up against each other in the middle, yeah, and run the my wire thing through the inner of one end. And what I'm now doing is, it's like doing this endless loops. It's the same technique, yeah, and just run that in there. Let's see if I can. Yeah, it's coming in. Just like that, and as you can see, it's just in there, the end, and then just run it along, and the end, it's actually getting pulled in. If it doesn't get pulled in completely, just shorten that, cut that half an inch off, and now it's disappeared in the. So this is now the double, yeah, and I'm gonna do the same on that side. So this is then the loop thing I can hang on to a hook or a branch or whatever, yeah, and 2-inch. So once I got that in, I got one end completely done. It's a double material here on the, yeah, so it strengthened the loop end, and locked it off, running 8-inch along, yeah, to allow for yeah, just locking it off, another 2-inch, joining them together, and then carry on 8-inch, 2-inch, 8-inch, 2-inch up to the end, and continue, finish it actually off with another loop like that. Yeah, actually this wants to go in to the center of that one, so it's actually ending up with one solid loop. Yeah, so my step ladder, washing line, emergency rope coming along nicely. See, got the loop on the end, got it locked off. Then I got a gap here, yeah, going up here, and another join here. Got a bit more than 2-inch, but it doesn't matter really. So I got another loop, yeah, a double parallel, and the third one is done. So now I only have to lock it off. See if I, oh no, there's still, that's the third one actually done. Here, that's where they well, haven't locked it off yet. Yeah, so I actually have to lock it off 3 times against each other to avoid shift. Yeah, so as you can see, I just continue, and this getting a nice line, easy to pack. Yeah, very lightweight, and yeah, got a bit of stiffness to it, but it actually adds to the for handling it more easy than I mean, it softens during use, but yeah, so as you can see, I have to continue. It's a bit needs some patience, and it's just a matter of carry on like that, and that's what it looks like. And this is now the last bit, yeah, on the opposite side. A bit longer. So just cut the excess off, and done. Yeah, so I got my new rope and washing line, and works as a ridge line as well. Actually very handy with the ridge line, because it's got now the double strands, yeah, so it's very handy putting some hat or gloves or whatever in there, and they stay in place. Usually if you just put something over it, eventually it just falls, drops down, but in this case it's my multi-usable cord, which replacing both this one and this one, which I use as a washing line. Yeah, so it's very small pack and does the job very well, I hope so. It's a 6-meter long double strands Dyneema. Yeah, so you can see it's joint 8-inch, 2-inch, 8-inch, 2-inch, and so on, and a double loop on each end. Yeah, so that makes it very easy to feed around a tree, just put this loop in there, put a stick in there, and pull it tight. Like, it doesn't work. It's it's not difficult. It's difficult to show, but yeah, it's very handy, quick, usable rope, very lightweight, and a little improvement for my pack. Took quite a while to do that. It's a fiddly job, and yeah, but it's done. So, as you can see, little improvements doing the job, and slowly getting ready for the next trip. I hope so. Yeah, works out. So, see you next time.